Hey everyone, welcome back to Codenado. Um, Today we're going to be doing something a little different, and we're going to be starting on Java. So Java is a much more powerful language than what we've seen before with Python, just in terms of what it can do. And yeah, so let's get started. So the first thing that you guys probably want is a Java IDE. In this case, I'm using IntelliJ that's produced by JetBrains along with their entire like list of 20 other products that they make. It's completely free. You can just go onto their site and download it straight onto your computer. So let's get started. So today we're gonna be learning about the void method. So the void method is basically like it's basically a method that you put under a class and it performs a set of actions for you. So let's go into that and you'll see what I mean. So obviously the first thing you want is a class. So whenever you're in Java, you always want like everything you're going to be doing is going to be under a class. So this is what's going to hold all of your information. So in this case, I've created a class, and you call this class by public class amp, okay? And you start off with some curly braces, as I like to call them. And then this is where create your um you create your different variables at the start of the code. So in this case, in my example, I am creating a class that's going to tell me um, whether a lamp is on or off. And I can turn it on or off. And remember, this is just through text, so it's nothing physical. Okay, so we start off by private. And in this case, because the lamp's either going to be on or off. And that's essentially is the if you're asking someone is the lamp on or off, is the lamp on, that's essentially a yes or no question. And whenever it comes to a yes or no question, that's basically true or false. And we know that the data type that aligns with true or false is Boolean. So it's important to remember the three different data types in Java. You could be dealing with um, int, which is for integers. You could be dealing with strings, which are just like words, letters, like characters, like just in a string format. And then you can also be dealing with, as we're looking at now, booleans. Well, booleans, this is just true or false. And finally, you might see, you'll probably deal with what we like to call floats. But in Java, we refer to it as doubles. These are basically just decimal numbers. So not integers, but decimals. Okay, so let's start. So to start off, we're gonna create our boolean is it on. So we'll set that up. That's simple. Now we're gonna start create our first void method. This method's basically good. We're gonna call it turn on. So what it's gonna do, it's very non-intuitive, is it's gonna check it's going to set is on to true first of all. So if we're turning it on, then we want this to be true because once we turn it on, the light is going to be on. So that's going to be true. And then just to make sure that the code is executing, we'll we will have this it print out that the lamp is on. And we'll look at how to print out statements into our um, output area. Okay. So to do this, we can simply create a void method. And this is how you create a void method. So very simple. Public, void, and the name of your void method. Let's make it simple here. Turn on. Okay. And essentially sort of the same syntax as a class. You're just having your public. Here you're putting void instead of class and the name of your void method. Okay. and you're also putting this as if you had a function in Python. Okay, so first of all, like I said, we're setting is on to true, because once we turn the light on, it is going to be on. Okay, and then oh, here I put a 0 instead of a O. Okay, ah, wait, never mind, I got that right. Okay, we're gonna set is on to true, and then we're gonna have it print out. Well, the light's on now. Okay, so to do this, we're gonna use system dot out, because this is an output, and dot print line. Okay, so it's important to remember. In Java, you can either use the print command or you can use the print line. So if you're using print, this will print everything on one line. If you're using print line, it'll print one on this line or on this line, like that. It'll alternate lines as you go through. And in Java, you'll see people mostly using print line as it keeps your output organized. Unless, I don't know, unless you're just testing it out and you want a variable in between two sets of text in one line. If you're doing that, there's other ways to work around that as well. Okay, so in this case, we're going to use print line, and we're going to just say the lamp is on. Okay. Now that we've got our turn on void method, what do you think's next? Our turn off void method. So to do this, we're just going to do pretty much the same thing, just vice versa. So public void turn off. Okay, simple as that. And inside here, we're just gonna do the opposite of what we did for turn on. Is on, we're gonna set that equal to false because now it's off, and we're gonna print this out. So line, and we're gonna say lamp is off. Okay, so this is a good example of why you'd want to use print line. So when we're printing this, we don't want like the lamp is on, and then when we turn it off, the lamp is off. Gonna be on it's gonna be on the same line. So it'd look something like this, and then we have once we turn it off, we just say instead we could put this on two different lines, which would look a lot cleaner when it comes to coding. And whenever you're coding, you want to make sure you have clean code. Okay. Okay. So now we have our two void methods. This is essentially the goal of this example. It's turn on and turn off. Okay. Next, to close this out and actually run this is what we're gonna do. This is very important. So at the end, you want to put public static void, because this is dealing with void methods, things you're executing. Void main string. This is just basic Java syntax. Args, their arguments, and there. And within here, this is where we're gonna actually do all this stuff. This is where we're gonna execute and call on these void methods. Okay. So think of these as like functions that you'd see in Python almost. Not really, but sort of dealing with the same stuff almost. Okay, so to do this, we're going to call on our lamp class, because that's what we're dealing with. Lamp, and we're going to create two different lamps. Okay, we're going to turn off and on these two different lamps. So let's do this. So let's create our lamp 1, and we're going to basically just create a new lamp. So we're creating a new object within our class. Okay, new lamp. Here we go. Simple as that. This is how you create a new object within your class. Okay, now what are we going to do with this lamp? Well, let's turn it on. So lamp 1, and we just use turn on. See, it's already as a function, as a boolean that we've created right here. Okay, or sorry, we're not using is on. We're using turn on as we created in our void method. So it's that simple. Turn on. We're all we're doing is just referring, like whenever we're calling this, we're just referring back to our void method that we've highlighted up here, lines through 12, 8 through 12. Okay, and that like that. And always remember, never forget your semicolons. Basic syntax. Always remember, or else you'll get an error, and then you'll spend 2 hours trying to search through your code about what you did wrong, and you'll find that it was just semicolon. Okay, now that you've got your lamp one, now let's create a second lamp, lamp two, and well, basically the same thing we did with lamp one. Okay, and let's turn this on. Let's turn lamp two on as well. To do this, simple, same thing we did above. Lamp two, turn on. Okay, that's it. Now let's see how the turn off function works. So let's do that with lamp one, turn off. Great, that's pretty much it. So what we've done here is we've created a class called lamp, and always remember whenever you create a class, the name of your file also has to be called lamp or whatever your class name is .java. So here we have we've created a class, we've created a private boolean which is on, detecting true or false, and then we're creating our two void methods. Our first one is turn on, and within turn on, all we're doing is just setting our boolean to true, and then printing out the output that we want. Okay, we're just printing out the lamp is on, and then for our second void method, we're just setting our boolean value to false, and printing out the lamp is off. Okay, and now finally, the most important part, we we executed all this. We're creating a new lamp, we're turning it on, and we're turning it off. So what we've done is first, always remember this: public static void main, and then string args, and then you start what you want to execute. So lamp, we're creating a new lamp, and remember this is a class variable. What we're doing, we're creating a new lamp. Okay, we're creating a new object in our lamp in our class. Then we're turning on our lamp by referring back to this void method, this turn on void method. And then next we're creating a second lamp, basically the same thing we did as lamp one, turning it on, and then we're turning off lamp one. So what should we see here in our output? So this is a good exercise just so you understand what your code is doing, what's the point of your code, how it's working, and the actual steps it's taking. So let's look at this. So essentially we're not going to see any output for this. We're just going to see that it's created a new lamp. We're going to know that. And then we're going to see lamp 1. Okay? Lamp 1, it's going to go on. It's going to turn on. So we referred this code. What's the output for this? The lamp is on. So what we should see is the lamp is on. Then a second line of the lamp is on. And finally, we should see the lamp is off. So 2 lamps is on and the lamp is off. So our output should look something like this. We're going to see the lamp is on, the lamp is on, and lamp is off. That's what we should see if I made some dumb mistake. We run it, and there we go. The lamp is on, the lamp is off.